What is up, everybody? How you doing today? Welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild, and today we have another DLC analysis here on Revontuli Coast this time. So this is actually the third one of these videos that we're doing. Still have a whole lot more to go, but let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go through the categories, explain them to you, and then we'll get started with the ranking. Okay, so the categories are total species, unique species, large game, so anything class 4 and above. That's just the total number of animals that fit those categories. The number of great ones on the map. How good is the great one grinding? That's out of 10. Is there a weapon included with the map? That's worth 5 points. Is the weapon useful? That can be out of 10. Then visibility, so how well can you see on the map. Ease of hunting, how easy is it to hunt on this map? Is it an enjoyable map to hunt, or is it really just a pain in the butt to try to hunt on? Drink zone hunting, is it easy to get to lakes? Are lakes easy to see on? Are there lots of animals at the lakes? That's also out of 10. Trophies, what good stuff can you find on this map? Again, out of 10. And then the beauty of the map, like how good looking is the map? Does it really, make you go, wow, this looks like an awesome map? Again, it's out of 10. And then the missions. Is it a really good, mission story? And again, that is out of 10. And then we'll take a look at the final score when we're all done. So with that said, let's go on ahead and get into this. But before we do, please leave a like down below, as it will help more people to find this video. That way, they can know whether or not Revontuli Coast is a good map or not. Alright, so the first three categories that we're going to do is total species, unique species, and large game. Revontuli Coast has more total species than any other map in the Hunter Call of the Wild, and that is 19 total species. It's pretty crazy. Those species are mallard, goldeneye, tufted duck, Eurasian teal, Eurasian widgeon, Canada goose, tundra bean goose, gray lag goose, black grouse, hazel grouse, western capercaillie, rock ptarmigan, willow ptarmigan, mountain hare, raccoon dog, Eurasian lynx, white-tailed deer, brown bear, and moose. I think you might start to see a theme in the species list, okay? You probably see a little bit of a theme there with the animals. Unique species, this map has 11 species unique to this map, which is, that's pretty awesome. And then large game, this is where this map does struggle a little bit. Only 3 animals that we're technically classifying as large game. That would be white-tailed deer, brown bear, and moose. So, it has a lot of species. Most of them are small birds. This is a very small game oriented map. Alright, so the next two sections are great ones and great one grinding. So there are only 2 great ones on this map, but that's more than a lot of maps. And that would be white-tailed deer and moose. Okay, now for great one grinding, how good is the great one grinding on this map? A lot of people use Revontuli Coast. Personally, it's maybe not one of my favorites. I don't think that it's very easy to get a great one on this map, and stupid black grouse ran away from me. However, a lot of people use it, so I had to consider that when I was giving it a rating, and I gave it a 6 out of 10 because a lot of people have gotten their great ones, especially whitetails, on this map. My big issue though is that there is so much water that they could be at. Like whitetail, their range is literally all of this. Moose is the entire map, so there is a ton of water they can be at. You cannot possibly check every single area and grind every single location. It makes it very difficult. And when there's that many zones, especially the whitetail, they switch their zones a lot. It just becomes really difficult. So that's why, I give this one a 6 and not anything higher. Alright, so the next 2 categories are the weapon included and the weapon usefulness. So on Revontuli Coast, it did not come with a weapon. Okay, there was no weapon that came with this map, none whatsoever, so there are no points for that. However, it did come with something. It came with the waterfowl layout blind, which, it lets you put a layout blind out here in the water, and then you can put your decoys in other areas. Usually I use a tripod stand. I like to get off the ground, but if you like to do things a little bit more of a traditional way, or if the ducks are being a pain in the butt and they're trying to land on the land instead of in the water, then the waterfowl layout blind is a great thing to have, and it can be very useful in that instance. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because there are things that can be used better than it, but it also has some good purposes at other times. Alright, so our next 3 categories are ease of hunting, visibility, and drink zone hunting. We're going to start with visibility and then work our way down the list. So, visibility, this map gets a 10 out of 10 because a lot of the map, especially this northern section right up here and this little area over here, it looks like this, like super wide open, hardly any trees. And then when you go down this way, there are woods, but there's breaks in all the woods. You can see the different colored sections on the map. There's little like groves and all these areas in the woods where you can see a really nice long way. It's amazing. You can see so far on this map, and that takes us right into our next section, which is ease of hunting. But visibility, definitely 10 out of 10. Ease of hunting, because you can see so well, it is very easy to hunt on this map. And would you look at that, I have a piebald max weight estimate whitetail. We'll have to take that out. But ease of hunting is 10 out of 10. I mean, just look. I mean, I can see the whitetail there. Look, there's geese up there. There's whitetail here. There might even be whitetail on this end of the lake, but oftentimes there's not. It's very easy to hunt on this map because you can see so far. And actually, again, that takes us into drink zone hunting. Ease of hunting has a 10 out of 10. Visibility is a 10 out of 10. Drink zone hunting is going to have a 10 out of 10. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of whitetail here, a whole bunch of whitetail here. I can see around the entire lake. It's important to be able to do that. So let's go on ahead, take our piebald whitetail down, and go claim him. But yes, so visibility, 10 out of 10. Ease of hunting, 10 out of 10. Drink zone hunting, 10 out of 10. Very easy map to hunt. Especially if you're trying to, learn the game, this is a great map for that. Alright, and our last 3 sections are trophies, beauty, and missions. Okay, so the trophies you can find in this map, I gave it a 9 out of 10. There's a whole lot of really awesome stuff you can find. The whitetail and the moose, they are, very impressive animals in terms of their racks. They have the great ones. The brown bears are cool, but the big thing for me is, a lot of the diamonds on this map are fairly hard to get. So, it gives you something to aspire to. When all the diamonds are super easy to find, then, it's really not as fun. But several of the diamonds are hard to find. And there's also some really unique rares on this map, like the hybrid hazel grouse, and all the duck species have some really cool looking rares. So, there's just a lot of unique things to go for, and that's why I think that the trophies you can find on this map, it definitely ranks up there. Now for beauty, this map is a very good looking map, especially when the sun is just rising or beginning to set. It is a very beautiful map, especially down on the coast, down here, or up here in the mountains. I think it just looks absolutely amazing. So for beauty, I'm giving the map an 8 out of 10. Now the missions. The missions is where this map falls short. I have actually done the missions on this map. They're not good. Okay, there were like 6 missions, and it took me on a hiking tour of like the central part of the map. Like literally, I didn't leave this area. Okay, I was kind of disappointed. However, there are a few other little missions you can do, like a few other little things, like to go to different, lookout points around the place. There's a challenge to harvest a gold of every species, all the 19. But it's just, It's not the same as some of the other missions. It's just not that good. So I gave it a 3 out of 10. Let's take a look at our piebald whitetail right here, and a 189.88, not half bad. Unfortunately did not quite make gold, but that is alright. So we're going to go on ahead and tax him, and then we'll be on our way. Alright guys, so I think that is going to wrap things up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final score, which is 96. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all, it is the highest score that I have for any of the maps. Now, mind you, that could also be in part due to the number of species on this map. That definitely influences it. But even with a more normal 12 to 14 species, this map would be in like the top 3 in terms of score. So this map is amazing. Alright guys, if you're going to spend your money on a map, Revontuli Coast is the one to do it on. This map is just a very fun map to hunt. There's always something going on. That's when I rank the maps twice a year, usually I argue Revontuli is number 1 because it's an engaging map. There's always something going on. There's always, maybe a bird flying over your head or something to go find at one of the lakes. It's really an awesome map to hunt. If you haven't gotten a chance to hunt it yet, I highly recommend it. So with that said, guys, I think we're going to end the video here. Like I said before, please leave a like down below so more people can find this video. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.